So Destiny 2 has a total of 12 trace rifles, 11 if you don't count the raid Adept trace, and of those 11, 6 of them are exotic, and even fewer of them are actually farmable in the game as of Season 20. So I'm going to be going through the best trace rifles that you can still obtain and farm in the game right now. I will be including exotics in this top 5 as there's just so few legendary trace rifles, there's literally 2 that can be farmed. If you'd like to see the other top 5s I did for auto rifles and SMGs, they will be linked in the cards, so make sure you jump into the Discord link below if you'd like to suggest a future top 5. In these top 5 videos, I go over each weapon's god roll and exactly how to farm each one, and if it's craftable or not. So let's get straight into this list. Starting off with an exotic at number 5, we have the Prometheus Lens. The Prometheus Lens is an exotic solar trace that scorches the enemy. Its exotic perk also creates a field of solar energy around the target the longer you sustain damage on the target. This field damages nearby combatants. It also has the Flame Refraction perk, which acts similarly to Subsistence, refilling the mag on kills. The Prometheus Lens's catalyst adds incandescent to the weapon, allowing combatants killed to explode and scorch nearby targets. The Prometheus Lens is a great special weapon to run with a Solar Scorch and Ignite build, especially if you plan on running double special, which is incredibly powerful at the time of filming. Number 4, the Retraced Path. The Retraced Path is one of 2 legendary trace rifles still farmable in the season of Defiance. It can be farmed from Xur's Dares of Eternity at the chest in the Treasure Hoard, which means you will require the 30th anniversary bundle. The Retraced Path is a fantastic solar trace rifle that can roll with a great set of perks and can also be crafted. My personal preference, especially if you plan on using it for a solar build, is Subsistence and Incandescent, but other amazing perks in the second column include Frenzy, Golden Tricorn, Demolitionist, and One for All. Number 3, the Wavesplitter. A former PlayStation exclusive weapon, the Wavesplitter is a void trace rifle that has some very unique traits that can be combined with volatile rounds to be absolutely unstoppable, especially in this season where volatile flow is a perk in the artifact. So let's start with the exotic perk. Harmonic Laser. This reads, the laser damage has 3 power levels that oscillate while the trigger is held down. So this means the damage from the weapon goes between low, medium, and high power randomly. However, it will always start at medium power, so you can avoid this perk by just tapping the trigger if it goes to low power. Another way to avoid low power is by utilizing its unique perk Supercharged Battery, which reads, collecting an orb of power grants a period of maximum power that starts with an automatic reload. Sustained fire in this mode suppresses targets. Now that's a mouthful. Basically, collecting an orb will lock the weapon to level 3 power or high power, and in Season 20 will proc Volatile Flow, which will proc Volatile Rounds, which will counter the anti-barrier champions, and Suppression will counter the overloads, making this weapon insane, and on top of that, the Catalyst adds plus 10 range and increases its max reserves. You throw this weapon onto a Void build or utilizing the artifact for Volatile, and this weapon will rip through trash mobs and yellow bars alike. Number 2, Aegis Scepter. Aegis Scepter is a stasis exotic trace rifle that, combined with the stasis shatter build, has the ability to freeze entire areas, and its exotic perk causes enemies to explode into slowing bursts when they are killed. This burst will cause enemies to freeze, which then will add the shatter damage to the slowing bursts. Its unique perk, Rhaegar's Refrain, also partially reloads a weapon when you get a stasis kill. Its catalyst adds Will Given Form, allowing you to hold your reload key and begin draining your super. It will overflow the magazine, deal bonus damage, and slow and freeze targets just by holding the beam on them. This makes for some fantastic boss DPS, and in my opinion is better than using stasis supers in some situations. And at the number 1 slot we have Acacia's Dejection and Acacia's Dejection Adept. The new Root of Nightmares raid trace rifle tops this list at the number 1 slot, mainly due to its ability to be crafted and being a legendary, not exotic, meaning you won't have to give up your exotic slot. This solar trace rifle rolls with some great perks like Reconstruction, Rewind Rounds, and Envious Assassin in the first column, and in the second column, Incandescent, Target Lock, Frenzy, and Paracausal Affinity, all of which can be crafted as enhanced versions. My personal god roll would be Reconstruction and Incandescent, so I can pair it with my Scorch build, and because you're crafting for barrel and mag, select Corkscrew Rifling and Ionized Battery. Another god roll can be Rewind Rounds and Target Lock, which will give you a massive DPS potential on stronger enemies. Some honorable mentions. I'm going to honorably mention 2 weapons here. First, we have the Divinity. I'm not mentioning this in the top 5 for one main reason. That being, in solo play, it is not a great weapon. It's a very support heavy weapon to help increase the DPS during damage checks in raids or dungeons, and it can be obtained by a secret quest in the Gardener Salvation raid. While firing this weapon on a target, a bubble is created that will turn your damage into crit damage and provide a 15% damage buff. Second, we have the Cold Heart. I'm not mentioning this one because it is super use case specific. It only really goes on an arc build and using the fragment Spark of Beacons, which explodes enemies into blinding blasts when defeated with a special weapon, i.e. the Cold Heart. And that's all for today's trace rifle video. I hope you have enjoyed, and let me know what your favorite trace rifle is down below, and I will see you next time, Guardians.